So are we gonna start with the Halo Infinite thing?
The what?
The one thing that made the Xbox Series X worth anything?
Well, right, let's jump into it then.
Oh yeah, hell, welcome to the podcast. We skipped a week because someone, Ismont,
Showed up late.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
tell
showed up
time.
late.
Took a shower
Yeah.
instead of coming to the house.
Yeah.
Damn
I
you
did-
and your hygiene.
Yeah.
Welcome to the 10th episode of Being Stuck.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have anything special planned. We're just finally getting down to it. This is the be-all, end-all conversation PS5 versus Xbox Series X. Let's jump into it.
Okay, so I thought we already established we're all getting PlayStations, and the special guest, Gregory, is getting the Xbox, so we could play all that stuff.
You sure?
I mean, why do you need the Xbox Series X anymore? Halo Infinite, the only exclusive.
Is
has
that
been
really
postponed.
the exclusive?
I think
that
so, yeah.
Xbox has?
It's not the only exclusive, but
Is it
it's
the only one people care about?
I think so.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And it was
Now we're getting somewhere.
possibly
Okay.
the only one that was going to be a launch title.
Which I was watching this video and they said that the tagline before was where you get to play, Halo, right?
Mhm.
So get the Xbox. And now it says Xbox, the Xbox Series X, where you can play all your previous games from all the other platforms. I was like, that's pretty funny.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
There's nothing going for Xbox except what they've already done.
Yep. So I guess that kind of we can take the win for PlayStation at this point, right?
Yeah. At least on that backwards compatibility note, I wish I had brought up the article beforehand. I did see one where there's pretty much confirmation that PS4 titles, pretty much all PS4 titles will be playable on PS5, but with a catch. Their performance might sink a bit. Some titles might have a performance drop.
But what do you mean, Christopher? They're being played on a much more powerful console. Why would their quality drop?
Something about formatting, something about the games were not built with specific engines in mind, and thus they might not be adaptable to PS5 hardware. It's like a matter of the PS5 is so
So
powerful.
is my PS1 game going to chug on a PS5?
I don't know if you're even going to play your
No,
PS5.
your PS1 games are gonna play like a dream, but you're gonna go to play like something like Spider-Man, and it's just gonna crash all the time. You're like, why, PlayStation?
I get the feeling it won't be Spider-Man because they're pushing it so hard.
Oh yeah, no, freaking.
It'll probably be something else. Who knows?
I'm just
something
saying.
that
Batman?
I don't know. Probably
I was thinking of something with man in the name.
something they're just
No,
not.
if PlayStation got a Batman exclusive anything, I think like Xbox. I don't know, because that's one of the most recognizable IPs. I feel like I don't know, Batman's big popular.
To be fair, I think Batman is what, Warner Brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Warner Brothers is basically Sony, right? Or do I have that wrong?
No, Warner Brothers.
I think Sony's basically Warner Brothers. I think he got it backwards. Which is why it doesn't go back and forth, probably.
I don't know.
Although I'm also dumb. I don't know these things.
If that was the case, then why doesn't Sony do a Batman exclusive sort of thing?
It wouldn't be a bad move on their part, but I definitely think they don't have the power to. Because I don't think...
Because Warner Brothers just wants that reach.
Yeah.
Because I know with, what's it called, Shadow of Mordor,
Mhm.
which was the, in Shadow of War, which was the Lord of the Rings games.
Mm-hmm.
They're Warner Brothers titles.
Are those exclusives?
No, they're all on all platforms.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting.
Remember when PlayStation lost the big name of Final Fantasy, and then Final Fantasy went to shortly after? Does everyone remember? I do.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I have it on PC now, so I'm pretty happy. Yeah.
I mean...
I just started FFX, so yeah, it's good, it's good so far.
Well, that's the thing. I can definitely defend FF10 if somebody said, "Oh, that's not as strong as a Final Fantasy game," but I would still defend it. Final Fantasy 11 was an online game, and I mean, you can't play that anymore because the servers are all down. So I'm sure it was good. It's
Why do you
just
make a mainline title that's online only?
they did it with 14 too. So I mean, they did.
That's
they
a
made
stupid
And 14 has the biggest right now. I don't know if you know it, it's
That's such a stupid idea, though.
Well, that stupid idea is making them hella money right now.
Until it crashes and burns, like
Yeah, I don't
11,
know,
right? Because it's
No,
gone now, right?
I mean, has World of Warcraft gone down? Like, no. Final Fantasy 14's going strong.
I'm willing to bet World of Warcraft won't be around.
Well, I mean, no, but I
because
mean,
Blizzard can suck it.
Well, there's that. But no, I wouldn't worry about Square Enix that way, the way I would about Blizzard. But I mean, let's leave it up to fate. Put it in God's hands. Give Jesus the wheel, and then let Blizzard fall off a cliff. Thank you, Jesus.
Also, Jesus was killed horribly when he was behind the wheel. I just want to throw that out there. Maybe we'll have him in the passenger seat.
Speaking of Blizzard, though, yeah, I am an avid Hearthstone player, so there's that.
Oh yeah, Hearthstone.
That's the only game that I really play from Blizzard. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's other titles that they have, but that's the one that I play.
I mean, I don't think I've ever played a Blizzard game besides World of Warcraft. Like the 2 times I played it when I was 12 or something. That was a long time ago.
I think I played a couple times with Jackson. He was trying to tell me how good it was. I'm like, man, no.
I was playing with I don't know if you guys know who Dakota is. Do you remember Dakota?
Okay, I'm gonna censor that name because I don't know them.
What's their full name?
You remember?
You're not supposed to say people's full names, is mine.
Well, you know what?
Don't worry.
Chris will censor it. It's
Thanks,
okay.
Bulbasaur.
Yeah.
Or Mario.
Right here.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about throwing Mario in sometimes.
So yeah, he was in
You should put
FIFA.
the Pillsbury Doughboy butt poke noise in there.
When World of Warcraft, the classic came out, whenever it was, where they redid the whole class one. Me and him were playing it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like the grind. I hate grinding. I really do. The only games that I'm okay with grinding in was Persona. That's because it didn't feel like I was grinding.
Yeah, they sure did match that well. You were correct.
And then, what was it? You know, Pokemon. It's just Pokemon. So.
Yeah, Pokemon was like that.
But then again, I never really got all my Pokemon to level 100, so I just beat it, and then that was it.
And it didn't matter in the first place, at least with the old games. If you stuck to a team, then you would be fine. And you could face those level 50s with your level 45 and be like,
it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, if you wanted to redo the Pokemon League a few times, it was okay.
But anyways, what were we talking about?
Xbox Series X is dead.
Yes.
No, it can't be dead. It hasn't come out yet.
Well, with the Halo Infinite being delayed, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, it was delayed. It's not canceled now.
Well, I'm pretty sure the Xbox Series X is going to be delayed sooner or later.
That's the one thing that people definitely cared about, Halo. And everything else that's likely going to launch with the Series X is also going to be available on PS5. So you're competing against the console. So what do you have? You can at least go for better performance or stronger hardware. And that brings up a point that I made a note of.
Isn't the hardware equivalent?
Yes, you could say that. But Xbox is pushing, we have a 120 frames per second standard now. And our games our console is powerful enough to support 4K 120 frames per second. You know what 120 frames looks like in real time?
Does it look any different?
You can't really tell sometimes.
You really can't.
Yeah.
If you slow down the footage, you can absolutely tell. But do you play your games in slow motion?
I mean,
also
maybe
really
if you're playing
tell...
Super Hot, you go in slow-mo.
Sure, there's that. That's the one exception.
Man, come on, Super Hot. Bring us another game. You were super good.
There actually are. I think there's a Super Hot 2 or something like that coming out.
Super Hot? More hot? Even hotter?
You know, that'd be a great title.
Man, I'd play that game. Man.
Oh, speaking of which, so my Valve Index that I ordered 3 months ago.
Oh my god, finally?
No, not finally
now?
yet. But it did say, so the good news was, last month, on Monday, they updated my thing. So now instead of saying 8+ weeks, it says 6+ weeks. So, you know.
Oh my god.
I don't know, it still says the plus in there. I think the numbers are irrelevant.
Corona. But okay,
This is a 10th episode special. We're getting somewhere with this month's index.
But yeah,
the time progression.
Once that comes, just imagine playing Super Hot in VR. Oh, that's gonna be so much fun.
You can. I don't live at your house.
Well, you can come over. It's okay.
Oh man, we'll do a let's play of the freaking streaming Super Hot. Oh, that'd actually be.
Yeah, it'd be great. Think of it. Dude,
that actually does sound like a. And hopefully we'll have sweat out the Rona by then, because everyone knows it can't take the heat.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 102 today, and it looks like it's like 7.
Yeah, because the smoke is blocking out the sun.
Yeah.
We're in
Which is nice. I'll take the trade-off. I mean, I'll breathe in harmful chemicals. At least I'm more comfortable with myself.
Yeah, we're in California, and California is currently on fire.
Yeah, it's burning all around us. Luckily,
not all around me. I'm a safe haven.
Dude, like on Wednesday or something when it started, I woke up and I looked out my window and it was yellow. I was like, whoa.
It's
oh
crazy.
yeah, that was eerie. Yeah,
it's scary looking,
especially like at 8 o'clock.
You know what's funny though is yesterday someone burned down the playground right by the museum. You know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There's a playground around there. There's like park, I think, probably like a block away.
Well, I mean, if it's by and then yeah, it's got.
Yeah. Well, someone went there and burnt the entire playground down, which is.
And then what did you do when you were done, Ismat?
And then they just added to the. No. And they just added to the smoke, in the air, which is lovely,
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, so there's that.
Wait, so I'm a little bit out of the loop. Are these natural fires or are these people wilding out?
Wildfires.
Burning?
Well, half of them I think were like from lightning.
Okay, where's all this lightning that's causing all this destruction?
Well, when it gets really hot, you get a lot of thunderstorms.
No,
yeah.
I'm aware of the science behind it, but I would like to see it to believe it. That's all I'm saying.
I have no idea.
I mean, these things just happen.
Yeah, I have the power of God and anime on my side.
And then there was a fire tornado warning. I forgot where it was.
A fire NATO?
Yeah, a fire tornado.
Yeah.
But I don't know where it was, but there was a fire tornado warning because there was.
We're getting dumb Netflix B-tier movie level weather threats now. That's crazy.
Well, they could have had the sharks in there. Then we're at that.
It'd be a fire Sharknado.
Yeah. That's the sequel to what was it? What was the last one that they did? Sharknado 4? 5? Okay, well yeah. We'll be Sharknado 6.
Man, that should be a power up in Kirby. You get the Sharknado and then you blow the fire on it. And then you come the Sizzle Sharknado. And then you just, man.
Oh, that sounds like a mess.
Also, if you guys haven't seen, every so often we'll be streaming Kirby Star Allies. Man, I can't say enough good stuff about that game. Okay, but yeah, back to our podcast.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'll have plugs at the end, and you can check out our stuff then.
Yeah.
So the 120 frames per second thing, that's a thing, and then people, I see it all the time on the internet. Like whenever I turn on Twitter, I see something like, "Man, PS5, you're about to get some serious hard from us Xbox fans," and it's like
hot.
I do have one question. So it's gonna be capped at 120.
I don't know if
or is it gonna be standard 120?
I think it's 120 standard. That's what they're saying.
How about they just give us a standard 60?
I'm going to bet that Xbox Series X dies in like 2 years, 3 years.
Yes.
Oh, you think it's the Dreamcast, the second coming?
not as in like, I mean like the console itself, while it's in your possession, will die.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, you think it'll just
collapse
under its own weight?
Yeah. Because
yeah.
I mean, if you're going at 120, because even a computer, like the beefiest of
oh,
PCs,
you think it's gonna sound like a jet engine when it's running?
I mean, it probably will.
Like how the PlayStation does already.
Because running 4K
oh man, if the PS5
on a PC 120 frames per second, that's a lot of firepower that you need, and a computer doing that for over so many years also dies. So
yeah.
No, give it. Okay, PS5. Here's how we solve the issue. It's standard 60, right? But it's silent.
I'll take that.
That's what we need.
That's just improve all the problems. PlayStation, you don't gotta wow us with your big sex music and your big balls becoming the white router thing. I mean, that was cool. We all enjoyed it.
The standard is 30, right? Currently, or is that?
That's currently the standard. I mean, that's why I don't think Xbox is going to deliver on the 120 thing at all, because we're not even at a 60 standard.
I mean, even PCs don't do 120 that often.
Yeah,
I mean, unless you're beefing it out.
If the Xbox,
unless you're giving your computer the juice.
Yeah, like a lot of juice.
Like if Xbox can't even promise 60 standard right now with their current consoles, like really they're gonna have a 120 standard with the next one?
Like I'm saying, I think that thing's gonna explode on you.
Yeah,
I really do. If it's standard where all the games are gonna be running at that rate, yeah, it's not gonna work. I mean, if it was capped out, then I think it'd be more.
Honestly, I think the whole thing's a lie, and I think you might actually be more accurate. It might be set at 60, but it might cap at 120. I want to say
that would make.
We're gonna get it day one and be like, "Oh, this is not what you said it was," and they're gonna be like, "That's what happened."
Yeah, that's like how it goes. Like on Twitter, I would see people like, "Oh man, where's PS5's 120 FPS list?" And it's like, it probably doesn't exist because that's probably a bad idea.
I do think it's probably a bad idea.
So, and I don't even know if PS5 has come out and been like 60 FPS is going to be the standard for PS5. And I personally don't care at the moment. At the moment, it is possible to run 60 frames per second. So I'm not going to like worry about that stuff. I'm just like worried that Xbox is like over-promising. And that's a problem.
That's always a problem.
They do that all the time.
Also, I believe PlayStation when they say like all their information that they're giving out. Xbox is just throwing numbers at us. It's like, no, I'd like to see the hardware that's doing all these things you claim it can do.
Kevin, they're trying to make up for that Halo Infinite.
Yeah, they're trying to freaking misdirection us, but no, not on my watch, Microsoft.
They also lost Internet Explorer officially. Just wanted to point that out.
Man, Isma, you're really just suckling at that lack of Explorer today.
I never really used an Internet Explorer. I like Firefox. That's my preferred way to browse the internet. But yeah, after 25 years.
I don't know, I'm more of a Google or a Bing man myself. I think I'm good.
Internet Explorer is dead.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, it's a shame, but I mean, I don't have any attachment to Internet Explorer. It's like
I don't think anyone does.
I liked the old.
Is that why it's dead?
Yep.
Oh.
I liked the old logo that had the light blue and the yellow streak going through it.
Yeah.
Eventually, they streamlined it and made the whole thing a dark, gross blue.
Yeah.
And then if you can see on my laptop right there, that little swish next to Google Chrome, that's the logo.
Oh, that's Edge, right?
Yeah, that's what it's going to be until it dies.
But yeah, so November 30th, Internet Explorer, after 25 years of being on every Windows computer, is gone. Because, you know, when you buy a Windows computer, Internet Explorer has to be there.
But not anymore, right?
Nope.
As of, what were you saying again? The
November
25th?
30th.
Oh, 30th.
Yeah, 30th of November. 2020.
Also, Chris, when can we expect our PlayStation 5s for our Christmas presents? Greg, let the cat out of the bag. We know you're gonna buy them. Come on.
I don't.
Really? Now I'm expecting this.
Well,
no, I'm joking.
I mean, what better way to reward such strong podcasting, Christopher? Come on.
I was going to make a PS5 cake for each of you.
Oh man!
Now that I like. I like the sound.
That's a big cake. I don't know if you've seen the dimensions for the PlayStation 5. I don't know how you're gonna do that. That'd actually be more impressive than the console itself.
I know, right? Yeah, now that you mention it, that is a beefy machine.
Where are you gonna put that thing? How are you gonna hide it?
Nowhere.
Right here. This is where it's gonna hide.
He's gonna put 2 freaking PlayStation cakes under his desk in his room. I don't know what it's I think that just doesn't bode well.
Well, no, it doesn't. But you know,
now you got me thinking about cake, man. PlayStation
cake. I'll be eating cake tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. Because you know, 2 birthdays in one tonight.
Don't say anyone's names.
Oh, it's my cousins.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Good for you.
And
Yeah, they share the same birthday, so
that's cool.
we're doing them both tonight.
Anyways, back to Xbox is awful. So about the backwards compatibility thing, like I think every time we bring up PS5 or Xbox, we're looking for backwards compatibility. And I'll just say a solid win for Xbox to get like at least seemingly all of the Xbox One games on the Series X without any performance issues compared to the PS4 possibly running poorly on PS5. But I want to point out, on Xbox One, they've had backwards compatibility with 360 and original Xbox games for a long time.
I just want to add, I have nothing on the PlayStation backwards, but I have some gripes with the...
That's exactly what I'm...
Yeah, you're there too? Okay, alright, yeah, go ahead.
So Xbox One, I've been playing games that I've downloaded or have the discs for from Xbox 360 onto the Xbox One. Do you remember when we tried to play Star Wars Force Unleashed on Xbox One?
Oh, that's such a great game.
And the first level played.
Oh yeah, that's weird. You had an awful... I don't know what version you downloaded, but it was... The Xbox wasn't choking, but the game you could see it was struggling.
Chugging.
Yeah.
It was very chuggy.
The first level was struggling. It was like 3 frames per second.
Oh god.
And then somehow I beat it, and the second level didn't load, and it froze on me.
You know?
Which is funny, because I beat that game like 3 or 4 times when I re-downloaded it.
Because I've had crappy computers before. And so I've played games literally at 10, 15 frames a second, and it sucks. It sucks. But when you've got a computer, you just gotta bear with it. And so
Also,
I can only imagine what it was like on an Xbox. It's just
I feel like since the Xbox side of the console war has decided to be more PC-like in its endeavor. I don't know if a lot of you know this, but with no internet connection, the Xbox One X is a bunch of bullshit. It's a $600 piece of that just sits on my entertainment center. I'm just going to be real mad and let all my anger come out for a second here. Oh man, Xbox, why have you done me so? Okay, so
Wait,
no
it cost
internet.
you $600?
No, because I was a big man. I'm like, no, I'm going to get me that Xbox. So I walked into Best Buy and I bought it day one, and I'm like, man.
600?
Yeah, it was like 600 and something because it's the One X.
You might as well have bought a computer.
No, I was looking at the computers. They were way more expensive. And I'm like,
No, I mean, you can buy a $600 computer today and you'll play.
not a computer I want.
Well, I mean, okay.
No, see, it's I need to spend the big money to feel like a big man.
Okay.
Now,
Okay. But just saying, you could have got a pretty decent computer for the $600.
like I don't know how. I'll say it again. I don't know how backwards compatibility works with on PlayStation, but Xbox, it is. Like, I've been trying to play Knights of the Old Republic, which is an Xbox original game.
Yes.
KOTOR.
Yeah, KOTOR, yes. Good job, Islam.
Great one.
Lingo, yeah.
Yes.
And if I have the internet, oh yeah, it reads fine. It's like, oh yeah, put the disc in, you can play. But offline, it's like it shuts down. It doesn't know what the hell it's doing. It tells me, oh, you need to be the owner of this game. You need to download it, or you need to be on the right profile. And it's like, console, I put the disc in the console. What are you talking about? What do you mean? And then it's...
That's what we call online DRM.
Now, for those of us who don't know, what is that?
That's I think DRM is Digital Rights Manager or something like that. But basically, what it is, it's the way the console's way of, or the console's way of saying, oh, that you're the owner of this product and you're not like pirating it.
But what if I stick the physical disc into the console and it tells me no, you need to download it?
Well, I think because you're...
And then you go to your memory storage, and it's there, and you're like, no, game, I downloaded it, though.
That's why it's called online DRM, because it's always online. So that's probably what's going on.
But if I have a physical copy of a game, I shouldn't need to connect to the internet to play it, is all I'm saying. And that's where I feel Xbox is slacking.
Yeah.
It's called always online. That's the issue with being always online, DRM kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's why you got websites like goodoldgames.com on PC, who sell you games flat out without the DRM. So that way, even when, there's like blackout or whatever, and you have a laptop, it's charged, you can still play your game, because you have no internet, but no DRM, so you don't have to worry about that stuff.
No, to get back to my original point, what I'm saying is I feel like Xbox is a weaker gaming console now. Because outside of all this internet stuff, it the bed, it doesn't work good. But PlayStation, you can play any time of day. Internet or no, PlayStation is so good. Get the PlayStation.
When I got my PS4, I didn't have it connected to the internet at all for like the first,
and how did that go?
4 months. It was great. I enjoyed it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I had no issues.
Yeah.
Now, Christopher, have you played your Xbox without the internet?
Yes.
Do you continue to do so?
No.
Okay then. Yeah, because why would you, man?
I mean, yeah.
Also, if there was a period of when all online games were crappy, like I don't know about like the rollback netcode or whatever. I'm learning lingo. It's like, man, it was just not a fun time, this Xbox. And they said it was the strongest, but it's also the slowest too.
Yes.
Like
I mean, I think my problems with backwards compatibility, maybe it's just like because mine is the vanilla Xbox One. I think I got that the year it came out, like for Christmas.
Yeah, it's much better. I mean, on the scale of the Xboxes that are
on the scale, I still have performance issues with the backwards compatible games, like Oblivion and Morrowind. They chug sometimes, not all the time, but they do. And then I'll be playing GTA San Andreas, and like every other day it'll crash.
Rip.
So that's like Xbox is like all complete backwards compatibility. It's like the means by which you've done this though are just poor. Like you're promising this, yet it's not actually good. If people have even played Xbox, you can recognize that there's problems with this bullcrap that they're pushing as backwards compatibility.
So the PS5 tells you honestly that some of it might be chuggy,
Yeah,
But the Xbox is like, nah.
No, I gotta say I enjoy the fact of how honest they've been. Yeah, and that's at first. They might fix these chuggy games later on too. Who's to say?
Yeah.
But I mean,
At least they just tell you outright.
no, yeah, I think it's the problem of the quantity over the quality. I feel like
Yeah.
PlayStation's got the wall, and then the Xbox has got the numbers. But
The Xbox does the talk, but the PlayStation does the walk.
it really do. But man, it's too bad the console version that has the disc track looks like it has a weird growth.
Ooh.
Which is, I say, the only real downside to PlayStation. But other than that,
They both have discs, right? Like
No.
disc drives or no?
No, there's a digital version which is download-only games.
That's so stupid.
which is like clearly they came out with this one first, and then they thought, oh no, if we have only a digital, then we're gonna lose a whole like half of the
We're
market.
just
I'm
gonna
pretty
become
sure, I'm pretty sure
Stadia again.
GameStop shat their pants when they heard digital only. They're like, no, because I remember they even said, I think back in the previous generation, that they were gonna ban selling the digital only
hmm
consoles.
No, but
And
it's
the
like, shouldn't
stores.
they just I mean, to go off on a tangent a little bit here, shouldn't they just update their business model to have like a GameStop like app that you can do? Like, isn't there's like no online?
I mean, I
The
do have
online
their
for
app.
GameStop is awful. Like it.
Yeah, okay, we can agree on that. Yes.
Yeah.
They do have an online thing and an app, but it's not exactly the best app in the world.
Yeah, do you remember when you could redeem your spending points for like codes and crap, and you could turn that into
good stuff.
online currency? And now you can't do that anymore because that was too good.
Rip.
And now it's like, why would I go to GameStop and build these points that are now useless?
You know what?
Damn you, GameStop!
GameStop needs to get into the esports scene. That's what they really need to do.
They need microtransactions.
Oh, well, not microtransactions, but just esports in general, you know.
If you paid $10, we'll be extra nice to you. Like, oh man,
No, but I think
we'll greet you at the door.
Because, like, I mean, GameStop is that place that gamers just like to hang out sometimes, you know? Just go in.
It's supposed.
I will not
Yeah.
argue this.
But, you know, we go there sometimes, you know?
Yeah,
just
we
chill.
do that. We just go and then we just end up buying games because we're already there. You know.
I mean, they might as well just become like a hobby, you know, because they are a hobby shop technically,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just be a full-on hobby shop, just like all the other, you know, small.
yeah.
I don't know. I used to enjoy making friends with the workers there because they'd always give you the hot deals before they're legally allowed to. And I won't name any names because you guys are heroes and you keep doing the fighting the good fight. But yeah, man, anytime, you know, they got the statue, oh man, I love statue collecting, video game specials and all that.
Mhm.
It's, yeah.
You know, GameStop has moved into that though over like the last
Mm-hmm.
5 years. They have like sold collectibles. They,
Yeah, they're selling figures and controllers
yeah,
and
all
like,
sorts of things.
little toys and backpacks.
Because if they don't, they'll die. But you know,
They got to do something.
yeah,
I think regardless though, I'm going to be surprised if GameStop survives this year because I mean things aren't going well.
I mean they're technically a penny stock at this point.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I mean,
Come on, GameStop, time to make that comeback. It's comeback
So, you know,
season.
if GameStop wants
And winter
to
is coming.
make a lot of money, I'll buy some shares then, because they're cheap right now. But
It
as of right now, it's a bit too shaky for me to.
It would be
But, yeah.
sad to see GameStop go through the Toys R Us thing, where it's like
well, what happened to Toys R Us?
it's dead,
dead.
like completely gone. Like I don't think there are any Toys R Us stores open anymore.
Toys R Us is great, dude. I would go with my aunt to Toys R Us. She'd
Mm-hmm.
take us there, and then we'd get to pick out a game or a toy. It was great.
Man,
Good times.
Toys R Us had those $30 Batman action figures, and all you got was the one, but he was... I'm like, man, that is a $30 figure right there. Holy crap.
I think the ultimate downfall for Toys R Us was that the store was so big and they had so much, so they had a lot of inventory.
That they just couldn't get rid of.
Yeah, so they were ending up wasting money, and that stacked, and then it all came crashing down eventually with the Amazon and the online boom, and people are just buying things online instead of walking around Toys R Us.
I don't know. I think people undermine the human interaction of buying. Because I, honestly, it's... Because I can't have a conversation with a computer. A computer could just lose its internet connection.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh no. But a person could be like, I respect the honesty of a person shrugging their shoulders and be like, yeah, well, I gotta do what I
So
gotta do.
I purchased my first gun the other day.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
you did.
Oh.
Yeah, it was.
Did you shoot it yet?
Well, no. I mean, I have to wait.
Did you
10
take pictures of yourself in
I
the
have-
mirror
No,
with your gun?
I have to wait 10 days to pick it up. But
Oh,
no,
okay.
Yeah, So
Well, they make sure you're not gonna do bad stuff with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So yeah, no, I'm right now during that 10-day waiting period before I pick it up. But yeah, so it's like I think it was like a Springfield 1911 or something like that.
Now, what kind? What?
It's a
what?
handgun.
Okay.
It's a handgun.
Thank you
So
for answering the question
yeah.
I could not ask.
Not a long gun, handgun.
No, I thought you were gonna
So
get a big cool shotgun.
I was thinking about it, but then I was discussing it with because their inventory, by the way, is empty. They've got nothing, especially for like a first time gun buyer like myself.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, "Yeah, I wouldn't buy any here," and I would come back every other day or so when they would have like a new shipment, and it was gone when I came in because people are buying it like candy in a candy store, and
No, you talk to a lot of those type of guys that works in those stores, and they tell you, "Oh yeah, all you need is that cocking sound of the shotgun. You don't need to buy bullets for it."
No, because like with the shotgun, there's the spray, and so I was discussing with the guy, and he was like, "Yeah, you might want to be cautious of the shotgun because the spray."
That's what I'm saying. A lot of the time, all you
Splash.
need is to have that audible cocking of the gun, and then people because anyone recognizes that sound. They're like,
So the handgun's a nice pick for me because like my room goes straight down to the entryway. So if someone were to break in through the front door,
who's breaking into your front door? Ismat?
I'm just saying, if someone were to
why
break
are people attacking you, Ismat? Let's start
If
there.
someone were to break through my front door, I just have a straight shot to the living room. So
So while you're on your computer, you're just like, "Oh, who's there? Bang bang!"
Yep, literally.
It's me and Kevin. We break into your house just because we want to play with your index. You're playing
Yeah, we're here to stream Super Hot. Who are you? Bang bang. Super Hot. Man, I don't know. I think that Super Hot idea is gonna happen.
No, but yeah, they were just. I liked how honest they were because like, yeah, all this shit is.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a really there are really cool guys there, by the way.
Oh
that
yeah.
gun shop. So yeah, they were all really chill. They were also like very helpful. Because I think I talked to like 3 different people, and all. Of them,
Again, you can't undermine the human interaction.
Yeah, you really cannot. It's like it was an awesome experience because they were cool. They're funny guys too. So yeah, good time.
Yeah, unless online starts having like that virtual like VOD like how video games have, where it's a person that you could talk to, and then at that point, that's when I feel like then.
Don't give them ideas, Kevin.
Believe me, Ismat, they already have the ideas, but they don't have the money.
Probably.
But yeah, PlayStation.
Yay, PlayStation. Doing something. I guess the next thing is that...
oh man, I just see my dumb GIF pictures that I posted, because I just love posting GIF.
No, I saw that at like 3 in the morning, and I'm going, what?
Yeah, that's when I saw it. I'm like, oh, let me check the Discord, see what we're talking about, and then you're just like, oh, Nintendo won. So I'm like, oh man, okay, I need a good winning one. And then I got Zach Alvin. Oh man.
Yeah, because on our Discord I said that let's be real, Nintendo won the console war before it even began, because really they did. You've got people trying to get Switches during Corona, and they're paying exorbitant amounts of money for them.
Yeah, realistically, they're not even fighting in this current console war. They've been as they are, and they've done their own thing since I would say since the Wii U days, when they realized that the Wii U was an absolute failure. They just put their money into the Switch, and they were like, okay, this is just what we're doing now.
The Wii U was just that intermission period between the Wii, It was like, what do we do now?
Hey,
we made this amazing console. What do we do?
And it dies, so the new console could come out. But is there any Switch port of like any rock bands or any
Now that you mention, I don't think so.
No.
I don't
Come on,
think they could.
Nintendo.
I mean,
Can it not? Is it?
I don't think they could, because that was what was special about the Wii, right?
well, now you could put your Wiimote in a little guitar thing. So I think you could do like a guitar thing, and you put your Joy-Con in there.
But it doesn't have enough. I mean, the keys would be a bit awkward, wouldn't they? I don't know.
No, I'm talking about making like the instruments would actually be custom Switch controllers that would connect to the system.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's always possible. I thought you meant like the actual controller would go in.
Oh, you mean like a Mario Kart Wii where you just put the thing in the little wheel?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about, oh no, they have their own like... No, I thought about putting the Switch controllers in there, and then I thought, that's not what I want.
Alright, I got you.
I want to have the big instruments that take up so much space, and I need to have AA batteries stocked, because that's all they take.
But yeah, Nintendo's awesome.
Man, do you guys remember Rock Band? Did you ever get to play with like the full band?
I remember playing Guitar Hero, but I don't remember playing Rock Band.
No, man. There was a Christmas where it was like, no, we're gonna get the Wii and we're gonna get a bunch of stuff for the Wii. And then we got Rock Band, we got Mario Party.
Ooh, sounds like a fun night.
It was a fun day. No, we like Christmas morning, like, okay, let's get all of our crap out of the way so we can open the stuff that matters.
Yeah.
And then my mom's like, oh, we couldn't actually wrap it, so she just brought the stuff in from the car. I'm like, oh, no. No,
I remember one time we celebrated Christmas a long time ago, and we just had.
Not anymore though, right?
Yeah, we never really did celebrate Christmas, and
You just get stuff.
I mean, on a very rarely for Christmas because we have our own version of.
Oh yeah, no, you do what you do. Okay,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, we have our own version of Christmas. But anyway,
Is it better? It's better, isn't it?
I mean, it lasts for 3 days, so I guess.
Yeah, that's better. Okay, yeah, do what it do, man.
Yeah, but no, we did celebrate Christmas once, and so we got a bunch of Nerf guns, and we had a Nerf fight. Oh, it was so much fun. And we would have a fog machine, and we would fog up the entire room.
Man,
You couldn't see.
now that's
crap.
doing it up.
It
Man,
was great.
That sounds great.
Oh,
It's
good
like
time.
actual war in your house.
Oh yeah, it was lovely.
Man.
Until someone got shot in the eye, but it
Oh,
was great.
well,
And then I would get beat up because I was the one who shot them in the eye.
Now we'll see. There you go.
Well, which is great because it's better than being shot in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
okay. I suppose pick your poison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, bring back the peripherals and do things like that for video games. But Nintendo, they've been holding off on like doing a Nintendo Direct, I think throughout this COVID thing, aside from the one minor one, the mini Direct, which just like, geez, I don't even remember what was announced at that time. Pokemon exists.
Say or mix.
I mean, the Pokemon had its own thing, I think. And then they were like, oh, Min Min's here. You know what? That's it. I think that's all that really happened. Min Min was in Smash, and that's all they could announce. Because, I mean, Nintendo's a Japanese company, and Sony has American studios, and Microsoft is an American studio. In Japan, they've been taking this stuff like so seriously, they're actually under quarantine. Like, people have to stay indoors at certain times. Mm-hmm. People can't go out, and they haven't opened up any businesses.
Oh, you mean like reinforced? Like,
Do they do what China does and put you in your house and then board it up and then leave you stuck in there?
No.
And then pull down the boards and then take the body?
No, I'm pretty sure Japan is...
Jeez.
Pretty sure Japan is not communist like China.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to be sure. I want to know how hard of a quarantine we're talking about here.
Well, anyways, so like all we really know, like when it comes to Smash Bros, we only know that there are more characters coming because they said that there were more characters coming. Like there's a pass for it. But I don't think any significant work has been made on that. Mm-hmm. People are like, when are we going to get news about Breath of the Wild 2?
Or Goku for Smash.
That. And I think the reality is, last year when they announced Breath of the Wild 2, they might have only had the concept down. They didn't actually get any development work on it. And that's not happening right now. So it might be a few years before they can say anything about Breath of the Wild 2. And that might be the case for everything Nintendo's doing right now.
I think another thing is, I don't know how Sony and Microsoft are going to be manufacturing their Xbox and PlayStation.
Oh yeah, their consoles in a time when no one's working, nor can they afford to buy what they're making.
Because they're probably manufacturing in China, I would assume.
Or South Korea.
Or yeah, so I mean, if they're doing it in South Korea, good for them.
Yeah.
Because that's probably the better option at this point. Because let's be real, war with China is kind of imminent, and so
no, we can't. No one can afford a war at this point. No,
yeah,
I think we're gonna hold off for now.
But it's like we're definitely stopping trade with China quite a bit. Because even in like the flooring industry, which is random, but that's the industry that my family works in. They've been moving all their products from China to I think it was Thailand. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just away from.
That's okay.
China.
We don't need China.
Or Vietnam.
That's right, China. I said it.
So like
if China, you're listening to the Beanstalk cast, I'll say it again.
But yeah, so like I mean, if they're still trying to manufacture their in China, they're gonna have issues. Lots and lots of issues.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that seems like a simple oversight. I don't think they'll make. But of course, I've been wrong. So
I mean, people want that cheap slave labor, so
Man, you gotta love cheap slave. Yeah, what he said.
Yeah,
Can't even say it. Oh.
Where does Nintendo manufacture theirs?
in Japan.
Japan?
Nintendo does everything, pretty much everything that they need to do. They try to do it out of their main company in Japan.
And see, this is why Nintendo wins.
All I know is how far away are we from a super merger?
Between
Who? Yeah, that's the question. Who do you think
real.
would join forces at this point?
Disney
in time?
would buy out Sony. That's what's going to
No, I'm
happen.
talking.
That's the super merger right there.
No, you shut up because that actually could happen, and I don't like to think about it.
That's a scary thing. Because I remember, I think it was, what was it, Game Theory or something? No,
Game Theory.
Yeah, Film Theory. He was talking about how Spider-Man would be put back into Disney's grubby little hands. And
I hope Sony's fighting their good fight to keep him out of it. Because, man.
yeah,
They're fighting to keep control, yes.
Okay.
but yeah, so like Disney could easily buy out Sony if they wanted to.
Because Spider-Man could have his own Marvel Cinematic Universe if he actually wanted.
Yeah.
And guess what? People would totally go to see that.
I think probably the most likely scenario is that everybody comes down from their stupor and their nostalgia about Microsoft and Xbox, and they just realize that it's a piece of and then they go and buy PS5s, and then Microsoft is out like $1 billion, and then Sony just buys them, and then that's your super company.
What if it goes the other way?
Microsoft buys Sony.
No, because kind of like how Teen Titans was so successful, it collapsed under its own weight, kind of thing. Right?
I don't know if I like the idea of Microsoft buying Sony though.
No, I'm just saying like it can.
I don't
know.
like that idea.
So instead of the Series X flopping, you're thinking it'll be so successful that they shoot themselves in the foot?
I think so. Like I don't want to discount the possibility of, hey, what if it does so well? I mean, it's really unlikely to happen, clearly, but I mean, I don't know. Crazier things have happened.
I mean, it is 2020.
I mean, do you remember that time that guy died and he came back 3 days later? That was crazy.
Comeback story of the century.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the Lord Jesus Christ.
He's back?
Yeah, he's been back.
Oh, I didn't know this.
No, you like Isma, you really said like how Nintendo won before the fight was actually fighting. But it's like, you know how religion won? What year is it, Isma?
2020?
Mm-hmm. How do we tell that? How do we make that distinction?
Well, after death would be the distinction.
After whose death?
Or the common era is the other one that people like to use.
AD, after death.
Yes,
yeah, after
yes.
whose death?
Oh, well, it's the Jesus Christ, because that's the Roman calendar. That's where we get that from.
Yeah, but isn't it funny how everyone subscribes to the Roman calendar school of thought?
Well, I mean, because the
Unless you want to be that guy that's like, no, yeah, it's year 5 million.
Well, I mean, because the Romans conquered everything, practically. Like the entire Middle East.
Yeah, they were so successful they collapsed under their own weight too.
I mean, yeah, technically they really did.
Yeah.
That's when you had the what's the during the not the Punic Wars. Was it the Punic Wars when they were fighting Carthage?
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was a little
somewhere
after
along
that.
time.
Yeah, it was a little after that when you had the Germanic tribes. They invaded Rome and kind of brought Rome down.
Yeah.
With all its little inner turmoil and stuff. Good fun.
Oh, Rome.
I feel like I should know that. I feel like I should know about Carthage because that was in Code Lyoko. Like the password to something was Scipio, and it was because he knew about like the war with Carthage.
Oh, that's interesting. And it's been a very long time since I saw that show. Great show, by the way.
Man, wasn't that like a French anime before anime was popular in America?
It was French?
I think so.
It was
Some
made in
weird.
France.
So weird.
Yeah.
No wonder why the animation looked so funky.
It was it was anime inspired.
Do you remember? And only one of them was Asian, but good Lord help you if you could try to distinguish. In fact, that was her appeal in the show. They're like, oh, look at her. She's an Oriental. I'm like, oh man, Code Lyoko. Oh my goodness.
God.
Like, who? No, you're lying.
I just remember it was like the kind of like the whole, you kind of video game look to it.
Yeah, they go into a
yeah, it'd
virtual
be
world.
Code Lyoko and on Toonami, because I remember Saturdays were the day. You get Code Lyoko, and then you get your Naruto, back when Naruto was following its story and not that second half that's we don't talk about, right? And then,
did they, like, you die in the thing, you also die,
No.
right? Or no, was that something else?
no, it was very much just a video game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, I forget. a lot of things about it.
The thing about it was that there was a character, Aelita, who was in the virtual world, and they didn't know that she was actually human put in the virtual world. They believed that if she died, she would be gone forever. So
the whole thing was to save her, I guess.
Yeah, and she was also the only person with any like code or some sort of some sort of hack that allowed her to interact with the Lyoko Towers because Lyoko.
So is this the anime Matrix?
A little bit, kind of.
Yeah.
It's like if some kid stumbled on the Matrix and like, oh, how do we deal with this?
Because I remember liking that show, but it's been so long since I've seen it.
It kind of hurts me to say this, but was that show canceled or did it have like an end?
It had an end because they knew they couldn't go on for that much longer.
Because I don't think it was ever that popular either, right?
Not really.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that popular in France, which is where it came from.
I mean, when you think of France, you don't really think of animation.
No, they don't. I mean, people liked it. They thought it was novel and interesting. But, I mean, I don't know. Different tastes for different countries. Yeah. And in America, I mean, that was in an era where we were like, oh man, this anime stuff is actually good. What are we watching?
Cartoons from another country, give us more.
Yeah.
Oh no, not this one.
No, French movies are weird. Like I've seen some French films.
Mm-hmm. What about all the shower
weird,
scenes?
Man. Shower scene? What?
Yeah.
I don't
it's
know. It's
not good French cinema without a shower scene.
No, because there's this one that I remember watching. It was called Raw. And it was basically about a girl who was a cannibal. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Did she turn out to be the hero?
No. It was her whole family were cannibals. But or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting film. Wasn't that great. Really weird. Yeah. And it was in French, so I don't read the subtitles.
The only French films I've ever seen were short films from this compilation that had like a bunch of like famous American directors, interestingly.
Okay.
Like what's his name? Woody Harrelson?
Give me a movie he did, because I have no idea.
I mean, I don't remember. I just know his name.
Oh, well.
Or like
I've got no reference.
Yeah, I'm also where I'm like, I recognize the name, but don't ask me what he made because I can't tell you.
Yeah, I've got no point of reference here.
He was in Seinfeld that one time, so that was cool.
I never watched Seinfeld.
It's a little Jewish, but you'd like it. No, like I think you could appreciate the witty wordplay that goes on.
Okay. No, because I know my uncle really likes it.
Mm-hmm.
So
who the hell am I thinking of? No, Woody Harrelson's an actor. He was in Zombieland. I don't know who the hell I'm thinking of.
Oh, it's that's Okay, I know who you're talking about.
That's somebody else. Woody Allen. That might be who I'm thinking of.
That's also an actor, though.
No, Woody Allen's a director.
He is?
That's who I was thinking of. Woody Allen.
Okay,
that old man.
Okay, I know who that is.
Isn't Woody Allen like deathly afraid of like oxygen particles or some ridiculous something?
Something.
No, I heard he has like several crippling phobias that make no sense.
That's interesting.
Like he's deathly afraid of looking himself in the eye or some weird something. Now I might be wrong, Woody Allen, and I don't mean to throw shade on you, but come on now.
Yeah.
I don't know you personally, but come on.
But
stop wiling out.
In the French short films collection I saw, there was one. It wasn't by Woody Allen. He did a different one, but there was one that had Elijah Wood in it, and he was like just roaming the streets at night looking for love, quote unquote.
Yeah, looking for love
at night.
At night in the streets.
So you mean he was looking for someone to pay?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe.
He was trying to buy love. Is mine. Okay.
Okay. Already.
And like
I just wanted to be clear.
And this one woman targets him because she's a vampire, and then she like straight up bites his neck, turns him into a vampire, and then when he's a vampire, he turns around and bites her neck, and they're like necking each other, and it's supposed to be romantic, and it's actually
is this like a weird?
It's you know what? It's a lot funnier than it is romantic. It's just a good concept because it's Elijah Wood and he gets eaten by a vampire.
No, it's funny that poor Elijah Wood can't afford not to make those weird French softcore movies. But no, Elijah Wood, keep fighting the good fight. Man, if you're listening to this, Elijah Wood, freaking Wilfred was awesome. Talk him into Wilfred, man. You guys should watch that show.
Isn't the one with like the dog?
Yeah.
Okay, I saw commercials for it, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh yeah, no, he's insane, and he has his dog companion.
Interesting.
who was in the original airing of the show, which is interesting.
Because it's a costume, right? It's a
Yeah.
costume dog.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a real dog. It's just a guy dressed as a dog.
I don't understand.
What the hell?
Siri or Alexa?
I don't know.
Google, maybe?
I'm gonna turn you off.
We weren't
and put you
asking.
over here.
Okay.
No, I mean spoilers, but it is a real dog.
It's just a doggy.
What? But it's dressed as
Watch
a
the show.
Oh, okay.
It's good.
All right. I'll
Again,
take a
you can. It's one of those you can appreciate the subtlety of it.
Okay, I'll take a peek.
It's a wild ride. You might be a little disappointed by the ending, but the ending does make sense.
Okay. And so
I wasn't disappointed. I was like, oh, and then like all the things started connecting. I was like, oh snap, okay.
So I know we went off the rail again. But
Well,
do we have anything else?
I
Xbox
allowed-
derailed us
Oh.
I mean, I allowed things to derail.
by postponing Halo Infinite. See, that's how we bring it back. Why? Okay, yeah, let's get into that. Why is it delayed or
COVID-related reasons, like anything else.
Let's be real.
But shouldn't everything be delayed then due to the COVID reasons?
It's definitely not COVID. I bet you it's because people were pissed off at how it looked.
Yeah, how basic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, there's not even a person in the suit now. I didn't even touch 5, so I don't know what happened. But I saw the trailer where it's like, oh, it's just a suit of armor. And I don't know, I kind of fast forwarded through the stream actually at that point. I'm like, oh, I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, like it looked like the previous game, so I don't know.
Yeah, it looked like any other Halo game because they probably didn't do anything new or interesting with it.
Mm-hmm.
But to be fair, I've never been like a big FPS guy, so probably why I'm also not that excited.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, like I stated before, Xbox just threw a bunch of the technical babble. And me, like most people, kind of, I don't want to hear that. Just show me how it works. Like, show me, don't tell me. Like,
also, I'm skeptical at their claims here, but okay.
I'm actually a little...
Oh yeah, freaking 120 frames on an 8K screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes me really skeptical, especially when they go with a 4K or whatever. I was like,
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I think Kevin's onto something. I think they're like, you know what? We're also going to have 8K. Because they just want to push everything, throw numbers around. And
all we got is we can make it look good. Is what it sounds like.
Make claims, and you know what?
I really do hope that's the cap, and that's not what they're trying to make everything run at. Because if it's gonna be everything's running at that, it's gonna be a disaster.
Yes.
That's what I'm.
Oh yeah, no, Xboxes are just gonna blow up and combust and whatever. Yeah. Oh, like those iPhones that were happening. Man,
it was Androids actually, but
was it?
Yeah, I've got one in my pocket.
Yeah, I mean the reality is when it comes to all these things that Sony and Microsoft are coming out and talking about their systems with, it's like, sure, you could say maybe they're exaggerating or like maybe they're selling us false claims. You could say that for either company, but I think when it comes to Xbox, who we have evidence in the past of their
poor craftsmanship.
Yes, and their over marketing of their own products. I think it's a lot easier to look.
Yeah, I think they're wrongful marketing, right?
Yeah,
like the whole reason it's called the Xbox One, right, is because it's all your entertainment in one thing. And they forgot right then and there that, like, no, maybe we should be a better system than the other guys.
Maybe we should play video games because...
Maybe we should have good games.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should have Spider-Man. Man!
Speaking of good games, though, dude, I'm so excited. Because September's coming up, which means all the titles are coming, because it's fall now. And that means everything that's going to come out is going to start coming out. Because...
Did Cyberpunk get delayed again?
No, it's coming out November 1st. From what I understand.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so.
We're waiting until the next time it gets delayed.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait until November.
And then until it becomes a launch title for the next console.
But no, so I think it's November 1st. I might be wrong. But I know September 1st, you got Crusader Kings 3, which I'm really excited for. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before.
Yeah, last podcast.
And then Iron Harvest also comes out September 1st, if I recall correctly. Sadly, I think that's going to be... I don't know if they're going to do Epic Games first and then go on to... Steam, but yeah. Anyway, those two games are coming out September 1st. I'm excited for that. Rogue Legacy 2 just came out, like I think a few days ago or something like that. And then
Well, you gotta beat FF10 first as well.
I do. Well, I mean, Rogue Legacy 2 is more like a roguelike, so you can just you can pick it up, play it for a little bit, and then put it down.
Yeah, just
okay.
go and just pick it up every now and again, and then eventually you get to the end.
That's the only game I've bought on like 3 different platforms. I'm not gonna lie. It's just a fun game because like I have it on my Switch and I have it on my PC, and so when I'm at home, I'll play it, and then for like a little bit or whatever, and then when I'm out of the house, I'll play it on my Switch. It's great.
Yeah.
Also, what Nintendo console needs to come out where like, oh, you could play all of our older games on it too?
It's as simple as them looking at the NES and Super Nintendo online services that they've already made and being like, all right, here's 64, here's GameCube, here's Wii, here's Wii U. We got the games. We can just put them on the platform.
There'll be like DLC packages that you can buy to have access to?
There's this one website. It's called, I think it was Viz Retro Game Room or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just called Viz.com was the website.
Mm-hmm.
They have emulators for all the Nintendo games and all the what's everything. But no, so basically the way it works is since they already own the titles, like I guess like whoever runs the website owns the titles. They basically rent you the game.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's kind of like a token system. So if you want to play a game, you
Oh, you mean like Game Pass or
kind of like
PS
that.
Now?
Yeah. Because they own the game, so they rent and I'm putting air quotes here, the game to play. So yeah, that's how they do their thing. So if you want a legal way to play your Nintendo games, that's how you do it.
Also, another reason why PlayStation is just, man, kicking up and down the street. I got a taste of that PS Now, and I tell you what, man, PS1 Now. That's, although it may be unfair to judge it because I've only had experience with the PlayStation version of this platform. But man, it's so good. I downloaded a whole bunch of games on my PlayStation last night. And after I get off work, I'm going to go play them. But man, it's... I was kind of hoping Stadia would have became the game Netflix that it was promised to be, or it was alleged.
Speaking of consoles, there was this one console, because I was watching the same guy who was talking about the Xbox Series X having their banner change.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. But there was this one system that they talked about, and it was this weird-looking Android-looking thing called like the Intellion or something. I don't even know what it was. Not the Pokemon, no. And something with an I. I forgot what it was called. Yeah, it was like a little Android looking thing.
Yeah.
And it just plays like really basic games. And there was this pretty big title that came out just for that.
What?
Yeah, it was really random and weird. And I was like, what?
This sounds like one of those bootleg consoles that they make in China for like $5 and then they ship them out to other countries.
It's kind of what it looked like. But yeah, it was. I forgot what title came out for it, but it was like not a AAA, but like more like a title.
Yeah, big enough, but not a major company.
Yeah, and I was just like, that's really random and really weird.
So
really excited for the season.
My
wallet's gonna be empty. That's for sure.
Also, I'm kind of I'm really banking. I'm hoping in my heart of hoping that there's a Black Friday bundle this year. Right?
Oh, so you can start
and then
murdering each other.
Then it becomes the race to the bottom. Where they're so desperate for people to buy their consoles, where Xbox will be like, "Oh, we'll give you this, and this," but then PlayStation
90% off. It'd be great.
Yeah.
And then they all fight.
Oh no! Imagine the shenanigans they can get into. Like, oh, if you buy a day one, you get like PlayStation Plus for like 2 years or some crap for free or something.
Dude, I'd buy it. I'd buy it right there and then.
Like include like a subscription to a something or like
you get the Crunchyroll. For 1 year? No, that'd be great.
Man, I'd buy a PlayStation for a free Crunchyroll. Yeah, I would. I mean, I was buying PlayStation anyway, so it only quickens my step.
Speaking of Crunchyroll, I've been watching the RE0.
Yeah, that season 2.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So, every time I watch, though, it feels like 5 minutes. Every episode just feels like 5 minutes long. But it's, like a full 20-minute episode, but it's just so good.
Is it a lot of them just staring in the... Oh, no, there's a lot going on, so
there's a lot going on. It just feels so short, because I'm just like... I want more. And it just never feels like it's enough.
Yeah, so I think on that note, it's about time to end. All right.
Hey, so have you guys started saving up for your PlayStations? I know I have.
I mean, I've got money in the bank, so I guess I can just pull it out.
I know, but can't you just go in and just buy it raw? With no protection?
I could if I wanted.
I mean, I could too, but I don't know where I'm going to be financially a few months down the road. So it's like, man...
Well, I mean, considering that I'm buying that index, whenever it decides to pop in my email.
Yeah.
It's gonna get lost in the mail, and you're gonna feel like a dumb.
Well, I mean, Valve was actually a pretty decent company.
It's gonna say 5 weeks, and then 5 weeks later, you're gonna be like, "What? Who?"
They'll get it to you one way or another, unless they ship it through FedEx.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What's up with FedEx? Why do their knees knock together? Like they
Every time. So I bought my mom 2 pillows, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because she wanted some pillows. So one came through UPS, and UPS told me it'll come this day, 2 weeks from the point that they told me. The 2 weeks from the day I bought it, right? And then the other one shipped through FedEx for whatever reason, because I bought them both from Walmart or something online, and they said it'll come in like 2 days by FedEx. No, they said it would come, it was like 2 days later or whatever. And then next thing I know, FedEx gets stuck in Tracy, and it just says pending delivery. It doesn't tell me when it's coming or anything. It just says pending delivery, and it's in Tracy. And I'm just like, all right. The UPS package came before the FedEx package came, and then so I call up FedEx and I go, "What'd you do?"
You know
with my package?"
what? Anytime I've had problems with Amazon deliveries, it's been the FedEx truck gets lost or decides to take a somewhere, and then
if your package from FedEx is in Tracy, you have to, just letting you know.
it's not. You're not getting that package.
No, you really are not. My cousin, because she orders from FedEx a lot, right? Or not from FedEx, companies, and they just happen to ship through FedEx. They've lost 3 of her packages at this point.
Now, were they big expenses, or were they?
I don't
more
know.
Along the line of like if I bought like how Chris has a new bed stand, he has if I bought like a bed stand or like a chair or like a furniture, and like, it must have fallen off the truck. Oh hell no, not off FedEx. Don't tell me that.
Well, I mean, my package was.
But if it's like I bought an auxiliary
$30,
cable,
so I mean, mine was like $30, and then I think hers was probably roughly.
Did they at least issue her like a refund or anything? Do you know?
No, I don't know what the shipper did for her, but the company that I bought my pillow from, they just sent me a new one. They're like, all right, Walmart, we'll get you a new one. I was like, thank you.
Okay, so there was still a replacing of the product that happened. Okay,
because the person that ships it, not FedEx, I mean the company that you bought it from or whatever, they'll be like, all right, we'll get on the phone with FedEx with you, and they'll call FedEx right there and then. And, while you're on the line.
I would have loved to hear the line be like, "Hey FedEx, what the fuck, yo? you slacking? A pillow, FedEx? God, like,
and FedEx sucks. It just sucks. All right, that's the short and sweet of it. FedEx sucks.
Yeah, FedEx is backed by Microsoft.
UPS
is backed by Sony's PlayStation.
I'd rather use the post office than use FedEx.
Oh yeah, our post office gets it.
Yeah, our post office is pretty decent. I mean, although yesterday we were kind of a bit of a to me, but it's okay.
It's the Rona. It makes people don't know how to interact with other people anymore.
Because there's like 2 different. So the first cashier, he was the second one, he was cool at the USPS.
Yeah, I mean, when I say things like, "Oh man," so we went a lot of places. That's the cue that we're ending the podcast.
I don't know. We just
plugs. If you go to anchor.fm/BEAN-STOCK, that's anchor.fm/bean-stock, you can find all the links for the podcast on all 6 of the platforms that we stream on. We also have all of our socials linked to the descriptions of each episode as well as on our Anchor page. We also have a YouTube channel which is also linked in the description and on the Anchor page. We have a Twitch channel as well. It's not linked on the Anchor page, but it will be in the description of this video. It is twitch.tv/beansonstream. Spelled exactly as you would spell it, one word.
Alright, plugs. Let's plug it up.
We just went off about FedEx at the end.